Real-time programs activated.
Minus 30 seconds.
Open.
Roger. Minus 25 seconds.
L1 VSPP open.
Minus 20 seconds.
Minus 20.
Ignition arms armed.
15 seconds.
Cryons are armed.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, plus 1, plus 2,
S200 ignited,
plus 3,
vehicle liftoff.
plus 4, plus 5, plus 6, plus 7, plus 8,
Liftoff normal.
plus 9, plus 10
You
seconds.
just heard the announcement, liftoff normal.
Before tracking.
Plus 15 seconds.
15 seconds into the flight.
Plus 20 seconds.
S200
First stage performance normal.
indicated as
Plus
normal.
25 seconds. Plus 30
Vehicle,
seconds.
moving majestically.
Plus 35 seconds.
Plus 35 seconds is a very critical phase. Going atmospheric.
Plus 40 seconds.
40 seconds into the flight.
Plus
Vehicle is
45 seconds.
7 kilometers.
Plus 50 seconds.
50 seconds.
First stage performance normal.
Plus 55 seconds.
First stage performance is indicated normal. So we will
Plus
have
1
in the
minute.
next 50 to 55 seconds the ignition of the L110 liquid engine.
Shore 1 in main auto.
75
Shore 2
seconds.
in main auto.
Vehicle at
Tracking
18.7
activity 2.
kilometers.
First stage performance normal.
First stage performance normal as indicated by the range operation director.
Plus 1 minute 30 seconds.
So 90 seconds into the flight. Another 22 seconds will have the ignition of the L110 stage, which again is a very important activity. And if you look at the plots of the time versus altitude and velocity, we see a very close match with the pre-flight and the flight predictions.
L110 ignited.
Yes, L110
Plus
core
2
booster
minutes.
has been ignited at exactly 114.9 seconds. The vehicle is at an altitude of around 51.5 kilometers.
Performance normal.
And L40 ignition and performance has been indicated normal. हम इस वक्त रॉकेट के पहले चरण के फेज से गुजर रहे हैं, जैसे कि आपने सुना S200 रॉकेट जो जमीन पर इग्नाइट हो गया था.
S200 separated.
Just now we heard the announcement S200 solid stopper has
Plus
been
2 minutes,
successfully
30
separated
seconds.
at 141.2 seconds and vehicle has entered the closed loop guidance in the second phase of flight.
BL2, BL3 in main auto.
So अब
Closed loop
तक
guidance
सॉलिड
initiated.
ईंधन वाले चरणों का परफॉर्मेंस बिल्कुल नॉर्मल था और रॉकेट की ऊंचाई और गति बिल्कुल जैसे विश्लेषण किया गया था उसी तरह से काम करता हुआ. दूसरा चरण L110 स्टेज अभी इग्नाइट हो चुका है और अभी हमने रेंज ऑपरेशन डायरेक्टर से घोषणा सुनी कि यह सही सलामत काम कर रहा है. Right now
Plus
we are
3
at
minutes.
180 seconds and the altitude is around 95 kilometers.
L110 performance normal.
And we again heard the announcement of the normal performance of L110 stage. As per the nominal sequence, at 224 seconds, we should have the separation of the heat shield. So we are at 200 seconds, altitude 105 kilometers. And very shortly, we'll hear the announcement of separation of the payload fairing.
L110 performance normal.
L110 stage performance is normal. As far as the range of the vehicle is concerned, it's almost traveled 200 kilometers from the launch base. It's an altitude of around 117 kilometers. And heat shield has
Heat
been
shield
successfully
separated.
separated at 225.7 seconds. As far as the velocity is concerned, we have almost a 2.5
Plus 4
kilometer
minutes.
velocity has been imparted to the vehicle. The final injection velocity is order of 9.8 kilometer per second. The next important event will be the separation
L110
of
performance normal.
L110 ton separation, which should happen at 320 seconds. So roughly around 80 seconds to go. As I was mentioning earlier, L110 ton stage uses the Vikas engine, which is being used for L40
Plus 4
stages of
minutes, 30
GSLV, the
seconds.
liquid strap-on boosters, the second state of GSLV, and the second state of PSLV as well. But the duration here is almost for 200 seconds as against 145 to 150 seconds being used for the
L110 performance
PSLV.
normal.
So L110 ton stage performance is indicated as normal. 3.5 kilometer per second, range of around 410, and very close
Plus
match
5
of the altitude and the velocity as a function of time during the S200 and L110 phase of flight. So 320 seconds, we should hear the announcement of the separation of the L110. After which, yes, L110 tons has been successfully separated, and 318.6 seconds. And C25 ignition has been confirmed at 325.4 seconds. So C25 ignition has been confirmed.
Cryoignition confirmed, performance normal.
And the C25 ignition and performance of the C25 engine is confirmed as nominal. So we are at 350 kilometers, velocity of 4,
performance normal.
and range of almost 633. So this is a very important announcement of successful ignition of the cryogenic engine for the first time in the flight, and the performance being indicated as absolutely nominal for this mission. As you are aware, in the GSLV Mark III, the earlier flight which was done in December 2014, we had only the S200 and L110 stage and the passive C25 stage. So this is the first flight where the active cryogenic stage is being flown for the first time. And just now we heard the announcement, the C25 performance is normal. So we'll have a burn time of almost 600 plus seconds into this flight. As per the nominal sequence, we should have the C25 shutoff command being issued at 964 seconds. We are roughly around 400 seconds into the flight. 4.3 kilometers. In fact, if you look at the velocity that is being delivered by the cryogenic stage during these 650 seconds of burning, almost 50% of the velocity required for the
Plus 7 minutes.
for injecting the satellite GSAT-19 into a GT orbit will be imparted by this very important cryogenic stage. This is C25 is the heaviest cryogenic stage ever built by ISRO so far. If you may recall, for the GSLV, we have used a 12.5 ton of cryogenic engine with a thrust of only around 7.5 ton. However, this particular engine, which uses almost 28 tons of propellant, generates a thrust of nearly 18 to 20 tons. So look at the flight parameters. A very close match with the what you're seeing on the bottom of the screen is the altitude plot. The red one is the pre-flight prediction, and the dotted one is the one where the vehicle is presently flying. So all time versus altitude, time versus velocity, a very close match. 4.6 kilometers per second. This is a view of the launch control center.
Plus 8 minutes.
So another 5 kilometers per second velocity needs to be imparted. The actual velocity at the time of cryogenic shutoff should be 9.8 kilometers per second relative velocity. There's a continuous increase in the velocity during the C25 stage. 510 seconds into the flight, velocity around 4.9, and the vehicle has a downrange of 1,330 kilometers, and it has reached an altitude around 233 kilometers now. Another 200 seconds to go nearly. I think as we go through the cryogenic stage of flight, I would just like to highlight the communication satellite, GSAT-19, which is being flown on this mission now.
Minutes.
So GSAT-19 communication satellite is configured around ISRO standard I3K bus. And as I mentioned, it has a liftoff mass of around 3,136 kilograms. And the main structure of the satellite is cuboid in shape. It has primarily 2 solar arrays which generate almost 4.5 kilowatts of electrical power. And most importantly, the satellite carries K and KU band high throughput communication transponders, which will be used for all communication purposes.
Calling NSS, you can
And
switch off
in
the
addition to this K and KV band high
Cryo
throughput
stage
communication
performance normal.
transponder, it also carries another important payload called as the geostationary radiation spectrometer payload, which will monitor and study the nature of charged particles and the influence of space radiation on satellites and their electronic components. So nearly 600 seconds into the flight now, 5.4 kilometer per second velocity. And if you look at the altitude profile, the bottom
Plus
curve,
10
there is a dip, which is based on the trajectory design. There is a dip in the altitude, and this is the phase where the velocity will have a major increase as it drops down to an altitude of nearly maybe 150 kilometers, and then there is a steep rise in the altitude profile, which basically provides for the increase in velocity from what it is now 5.6 to 9.7 kilometers, which will be required for injecting the GSAT-19. So the performance of C-25 has been absolutely normal.
Cryo stage performance normal.
Just now we heard the announcement from the range operation director. The performance is absolutely normal. जैसे कि आप देख रहे हैं इस वक्त क्रायोजेनिक इंजन जिसको 320 सेकंड में लगभग इग्नाइट हुआ था, उसके बाद
Plus 11 minutes.
ऑलमोस्ट 300 सेकंड्स का बर्न क्रायोजेनिक स्टेज का हुआ है. और जहाँ तक रॉकेट की ऊंचाई का सवाल है, लगभग 220 किलोमीटर की ऊंचाई पर, और जहाँ तक दूरी का सवाल है रॉकेट और अपर स्टेज और सैटेलाइट का, ऑलमोस्ट शार रेंज से 2200 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर. और इस समय रॉकेट की गति ऑलमोस्ट 6.2 किलोमीटर पर सेकेंड, और उसकी फाइनल वेलोसिटी almost 9.6 kilometer per second is what will be required for injecting the
Cryo
satellite
stage
into the
performance
C2
normal.
orbit. So cryo stage performance is normal. We have another 200 seconds, 250 seconds of flight to go. So this is the downrange, the ground trace from the Sriharikota
Plus
range
12 minutes.
all the way up to injection. As you may be aware, during the launch phase, right from liftoff up to injection of the satellite, we have almost 4 to 5 ground stations which are put in the loop for monitoring various flight events. The stations are basically the one located at Sriharikota, Shar range. Then we have the ground station located at Bangalore, the station located at Port Blair, the station located at Brunei and Bayak. As far as the visibility of the launcher is concerned, all the flight events, right from liftoff till injection, majority of the events which happen during up to the cryo stage ignition, which is around 300 plus seconds, are all monitored from the Shar range. The Port Blair provides the visibility of the cryogenic stage during the entire phase, followed by the Brunei, which will cover the last phase of the cryogenic burn, including the satellite separation event. So post-satellite separation event, we also have the backup BIAC station, which will continue to provide coverage for almost 300 to 400 seconds post-injection. So 800 seconds into the flight, 7.3, another 2 kilometer velocity to be added, altitude around 187 kilometers, and velocity 7.45. So altitude plot, time versus altitude, the bottom curve, very close match with the pre-flight predictions.
Cryo stage performance normal.
Cryogenic stage performance normal. Almost, it ignited at roughly around 325 seconds. So almost 500 seconds of burn. We are at 825. So 500 seconds of burn, another maybe 150 seconds to go. Where we'll see another 2 kilometer per second velocity being imparted to the vehicle.
Plus 14 minutes.
14 minutes. The total flight time is 16 minutes, 20 seconds. So 850 seconds, velocity 8.2. So we are in the final phase of the cryogenic phase of operations. 870 seconds.
Cryo stage performance normal.
Cryo stage performance has been declared as normal. In the next less than 100 seconds, we should have the velocity of almost 800 meter per second being imparted now.
Plus 15 minutes.
So vehicle has almost already reached an orbit of perigee of 170 by 12,000. From here on, we will have continuously the velocity being imparted to increase the apogee of the rocket. So as you can see on your screen, the perigee is already reached 170 and inclination of 21.52. Just to inform the viewers, this is the planar trajectory without any dogleg or yaw maneuver.
Cryo stage performance normal.
And we are at an apogee of around 25,000 kilometer. Maybe another 30 seconds to go. 9:44 seconds.
Cryo engine shut off.
So
Injection conditions achieved.
C25 engine shut-off command has been issued at 9:45. The vehicle is at an altitude of almost apogee of 35,000
Plus
by
16
170.
minutes.
And the GSAT 19 has been successfully separated. Just now we heard the announcement, GSAT 19 communication satellite has been successfully separated. So GSAT 19 satellite has been successfully separated at 960.8 seconds.